Yo, what's up, guys? We're live. We're doing another betting breakdown video. I got Fitz. I got Billy with me once again. And it's UFC Seattle. Henry Cejudo versus Song Yadong in the main event. So, what's happening, guys? What's up, Fitz? How you doing, bro?
Good. I mean, real hype for this card. Had a good week last week, but we were talking about a little bit right before the stream started. A lot of fights dropped off this card, but still great main event. Henry Cejudo, Song Yadong, so ready to get into it, ready to go.
Yeah, what's up, Billy, dude?
I'm doing good, man. I'm glad just to be in the presence of Fitz Magic MMA, man. You just putting some money in our pockets last week. I mean, just normal human shit, man. Just banging in, nice little bando across two fights. I was just glad to be in the car. He had to literally walk me to the kiosk for one of the bets and say, "Stop being a pussy and bet it." And
Yeah,
it
dude.
was a great week last week. Swept the card, and we're right back to it here.
Yeah, man. He was telling me he made like a bag on that card. So I was like, fuck, that's always a good Saturday, dude, when you're just chilling and you make like a lot of money just fucking watching some fights. So but yeah, man, this card, like you guys said, I like the card, man. I wish there was a couple of those fights that stayed on, like, but dude, all these fights that the UFC's been announcing lately has been pretty sick. So
Fire.
I'm excited for UFC going forward, man, and just this card in general. But like, dude, is the first fight of the night? Is it gonna be the Modestas one or Vanderford? I guess Modestas, right?
Yeah. I think according to Tapology.
Yeah, man. What's up, bro? And Tristan, and I'll drop it at the end, dude, because I know if you come in here, we'll fuck around. So, but you can come in and just if you're in the chat or whatever. But yeah, dude, Modestas Bukauskas versus Cercaria, and yeah, man, you had a good call last time. I remember we were all on here talking about it, and there wasn't a lot of like. I actually found more fights of this dude this time. I was able to find like his last few fights, but before I you like called that early knockout, and so do you think he's going to bounce back here and have a better performance? Do you think it's going to be more of the same for him against Bukowskis?
Yeah, I mean, this is honestly, but Bukowskis is going to be a lot more skilled, in my opinion. He's going to be able to control wherever the fight goes. I don't see too much value here on Raphael. I like the over a little bit. I would have liked it closer to like even money, just because I think Modestas is a bit of a low volume fighter. He's fine going to a decision. Maybe I was thinking about playing like Podeskis round 3 or decision, but that's it for me. Not too big of a fan of this fight, to be honest.
Yeah. What about you, Billy?
Yeah, man. It kind of reminds me of like a Medeskis like Cage Warriors esque line, and I remember those days, and I kind of don't want to parlay him at this price tag. Like I forget who it was, but I remember the two times that he fought in Cage Warriors, I parlayed him. He was like the main event in these 5 round fights. He was going like life or death with some like jobbers. So like, uh, he should win this fight. I don't think it's going to be in spectacular fashion, but him to win fight to start round 2 is -110. So um, I guess my back is against the wall, and I guess I might have to bet Duskus.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Even though I think like if you're looking at this card, I don't see like a ton of fighters that I'm super confident in. I feel like Modestas is one of the safer guys on the slate, honestly, just because this Cercara guy, I mean, I watched multiple of his fights and he's always doing that same shit where he's shelling up on the side of the cage. So it's like I just didn't like seeing that unless he has like is dangerous. Like he could just knock Bukowskis out. We've seen Modestas get slept. So I guess Cercara by knockout plus 400 and then maybe Bukowskis decision or like round 3 like you guys are saying or something and see what could happen. But I do like. What do you guys think? Do you think Bukowskis is one of the safer big favorites on the card though?
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that, to be honest. Like
Nah, I would agree, bro. There's so many.
I'm you just right here. Look at right for comparison, right around the same line.
100%, yeah.
I'm much more confident in Modestas at that line.
My thing is this though. If some dumb shit happened and he lost, like, would you be shocked? No.
No,
like,
just because his chin, there's definitely the possibility that he gets slept,
The dude's 4-4 in the UFC. It's not like he's about to walk in here and just like flatline him in the first round. So it's like No, I would not say no. No, not at minus 290. No, if this price tag was like 175, 200, different story. But bro, 290, bro, I'm so cool on betting that's 290. Like, and nah, I was on a show with Cal, and he tried to convince me to parlay him, and I was like, no, I'm not. Like, hey, you know, Mr. Parlay guy. Like, no, I'm so cool.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it's definitely hard. Usually, when you bet Modestus, you want him to be an underdog, right? But I
No,
think
you even say underdog. Just give me like anything under minus 150.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable with the line, to be honest.
yeah. Honestly, I
Bro,
do think
290, bro. Get out of here, bro. Like, no, like, yeah, you must not bet Cage Warriors. Like, he was like minus 400 against.
But he would never lose those fights.
Like, he wasn't losing, but he wasn't like he wasn't winning. It wasn't Mason Jones fighting those Cage Warriors fights where he's like fucking knocking out these people and like the
but
first
do you think Cerquera is Cage Warriors level even? Like the guy looks
No.
he lasted 20 seconds against Evo.
He could look good in the first round and probably die after, but like I don't know, man. Modestus is not like a he isn't like separating minus 300 worthy. In hindsight, it could look like the easiest minus 300 ever, but no.
Yeah.
I
hear you. He's not like an established, trustworthy guy, but I will say I like that he's training with Tom Aspinall and shit now. I think that's good because there's not too many big guys like that are super good.
He was losing that fight against Marcin Pacquiao.
And then he finished him.
But he dominated and then stopped.
He was losing the fight. It was like, that's the dumb shit Modestus does. I'm like, how are you losing a fight?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that plus knockout at plus 400, that's a pretty solid hedge. Like, I can't see
he's
Rafael
not gonna
like
win a
out.
decision.
Exactly. So I
You
think if you're gonna be heavy on Modestus, sprinkle something on hedge on that knockout. You know, plus 400. That's a pretty good line.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see if Cerquera knocks him out and we look stupid. But yeah, man, let's talk about this Nursultan Rosaboa versus Mechanico fight. And Billy, I'll let you go first on this one because I think you're a fan of Nursultan. I'm pretty sure I've heard you talk about him a few times, bring him up. So you think he's gonna get this one done? You think he's deserves to be almost 3-1 favorite here?
Man, I gotta like go with this one with it's one of those ones where it's like I don't want to get too confident in it and have it in too many parlays, but fuck, man. Eric's a MMA lab guy, but the thing that I didn't like in his tape is a lot of his takedowns, he's like clinching up with people and then like taking them down. With Ruzaboev, I felt like in the Buckley fight, he was kind of just shooting blast doubles. I mean, at 6'5", you're not really stopping blast doubles at 6'5". But like clinch shit, I just don't see how he's just going to be like holding him down for 25 minutes. But Ruzaboev's like 2-7 in decisions. It's like, how can you go crazy confident in it? But I think Ruzaboev wins this fight. I mean, he's been at the Philly gym and stuff like that. So it's like with some of these fighters, you have to put in like American version of them, regional scene version of them. And I feel like the American version of them has looked a lot better in America. This is a pretty sizable step down in competition, but the market is not following what I have thought notions of this fight. Kind of reducing me to bet a prop, Ruzaboev rounds 1 or 2 minus 125, but I kind of don't want to bet it because I actually think he could win a decision.
Yeah, I got you. Personally, I think that the value's on the dog in this one. Mechanico, I feel like it's just if he gets out of round 1, it's going to be a pick 'em to me. So like, so if you're giving me almost plus 230 on a durable guy that could mix it up, it's not like he's a terrible striker. So it's not like if he can't get the takedown, he's going to have nothing because Nursultan, he's dangerous, but the guy only throws 1 strike at a time, and he's throwing like 5 strikes a round. The guy throws no volume, and it's all his wins are usually he's knocking these guys out in the first round. So it's like even that fight with Dumas, dude, like that wasn't a real win. I mean, he poked the guy in the eye, and then they stopped the fight. and then he got dominated by Buckley pretty much. And then who did he beat in his debut? Bruno Silva with the quick knockout or whatever.
Bruno Ferreira.
Yeah. So yeah, I think if you're betting Ruziboa, bet him by KO round 1, maybe round 2, but I feel like if McConaughey gets out like the first 7 minutes, he has a good chance to win because he was getting ready for a 5-round fight. You know he's going to be in like phenomenal shape, and even if he can't get the takedowns, I do think he could just push the dude against the cage and control him there potentially. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like the striking could be competitive after the first round, especially because Rizbov is. I don't think he's going to be throwing a ton of volume, but if he can hurt McConaughey and kind of control the pace that way, then he could win a longer fight. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like McConaughey, and hey man, I mean, I think Cannonier and him are like good training partners, so he's had a good training camp, man. So what do you think about it, Fitz?
Yeah, not a strong read for me here. I feel it's dog or pass. I'm on the pass side. Maybe I'll sprinkle Ruzabayev decision plus 600. Just because you gotta have some action on every fight. I gotta get some play. There's no real passes, but not a strong read for me. Both guys, just too many question marks in my opinion. And this fight, when I'm visualizing it, who knows how it plays out? Maybe Ruzabayev sparks him in round 1. Maybe Eric's able to get some takedowns going. Who knows? For me, this is a very tough fight to predict. So stay away. Don't be putting Nursultan in your parlays. Like I said, dog or pass, I'll pass.
Dude, one thing I was surprised about, like that made me a little more confident McConaughey could win, is at the weigh-ins they were like the same height. It looked like, or like real close to the same height. I thought he was going to be. Like,
I gotta say though, I do like Nursultan better at 185 than 170. He was probably killing himself in that Buckley fight to get down there.
Yeah,
I think this is his better weight class.
But what's the next fight? You want to talk about the Vanderford fight versus Vretnikov? Because that one just got announced. So I'll go first on this one. I mean, this is another fight. You were talking about the last fight was a little bit of a hard fight to call. I think this one with Austin Vanderford's hard to call, man, because he's only had, one fight in like 2 years. And it was against a complete nobody, like a guy that was – I was looking at his records. All his wins were against 2-2 guys, or 0-0, and like 2-2, people like that. So it's like, how much could you take out of that? But I will say I liked his ferocity in that fight, dude, because if you think about like Austin Vanderford, the one issue like a lot of people like gave him shit about was
congratulations to him. He got his first fucking standing TKO.
But I'm saying no, he finished him on the ground, I think, but or he whatever.
He dropped him, he usually
you can't you gotta let people talk, dog. But yeah, like so Vanderford, but I like, dude, the way he elbowed the guy and finished him, you could tell he was like in there to do damage because a lot of his fights are boring. He's just kind of like holding the guy. But yeah, it's like with Vretnikov, you watch his fight with Michael Morales, he's getting taken down in that fight and controlled. So you could see the path to victory for Vanderford for sure, especially if he's improved his stand-up. But Vanderford's a flake too. It's like the guy, you see him get hurt and you'll kind of check out a fight. So I just don't think either guy is trustworthy here because I could see Vanderford just easily winning, just dominating the fight, especially because he's used to fighting 185ers and Vretnikov is not that big of a guy, even for 70, I don't think. So I don't know. I think Vanderford, I'm going to pick him to win, but I have no real confidence in this fight, really, to be honest. But what do you think, Fitz?
I'll go first here, Fitz, if you don't mind, because I taped this one extensively last night.
Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, so pound for pound, one of the worst tattoos in MMA history, Austin Van Zandt. That neck tattoo is horrible. Just look, outside of his last fight, he's been fighting at 85, so pretty much his entire career. So that is a bit of a worry. He's going to have a size advantage here. I got to watch the weigh-ins. I got to watch the face-offs just to see how they shape up in terms of size. But, Nikolai's going to have a reach advantage. He's going to have a slight size advantage. And, he's dealt well with the guys, around the same height and reach of Austin Vanderford. I just think he's going to have too much of a striking advantage in this fight. I mean, congratulations to Austin Van Zandt. He finally got, his first knockdown in his last fight. But his striking is still very underdeveloped. He heavily relies on the wrestling. The durability is horrible. And look, I'm like one round through on this Morales fight because it's apparently a fight that he got taken down a couple times in, which is a bit of a worry because Austin does rely on the wrestling. But important thing to note, this was 3 years ago. He outstruck Morales, at least for this first round I'm watching here, which is impressive. I watched his fight against, I believe it was DeMarcus Jackson. DeMarcus Jackson is a guy who relies on the grappling.
He sucks.
Okay, but he showed me very good takedown offense, very good reversals. Did he not? Did you watch that fight?
Yeah, I watched it, but DeMarcus was just shooting in with zero setup. I mean, it was like
it's still something you like to see when he's going up against a wrestler here, right? Him stuffing takedowns.
Yeah, I guess in a way, but I think Vanderford just sets his takedowns.
And look,
level.
I didn't watch the Danny Barlow fight, but I saw Danny Barlow went 0 for 2 on takedowns. Danny Barlow, I know he's a striker. I know he's boxing. I know he's a boxing-based MMA fighter, but I feel like Nikolai took him to a split. I feel like, and I understand it's a different stylistic matchup, but I feel like Danny Barlow would knock out Austin in the first. Would he not?
Yeah, I agree.
In the first couple of that fight,
yeah.
He had a bad weight cut because I remember I had way too much money on Danny Barlow. He had a bad weight cut.
Danny had a bad weight cut?
Yeah, he missed weight for the fight. And then within the first 2 minutes of the fight, he broke his
arm. Yeah.
Again, I didn't watch it. Yeah. I didn't watch it, but, still I feel like, and look, he broke his arm, so that's something to talk about there. But I feel like, and again, different stylistic matchups, don't mean to reiterate myself. I feel like Danny Barlow would knock out Austin very early in the first round. Austin,
yeah, sure,
not much of a striker, heavily relies on the takedowns, and I don't think he gets him. Nikolai, the only fight where I've seen him get taken down is the Morales fight I'm watching right now, but he outstruck Morales, at least for this first round I'm watching right now. And, he stuffed the takedowns in the DeMarcus fight. Danny went 0 for 2 on takedowns. Size advantage is a bit of a worry, but outside of that, I feel like Nikolai stuffs the takedowns and fucking, drops him, knocks him out first or second round. It sucks because this is my first night back betting, and I started with $100 bankroll, which isn't even a lot, and I blew half of it already on blackjack. They sucked me in. I'm down to 50, so I'm gonna look to bet heavy on Nikolai here.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the only thing I will before I'll let someone else go is you don't think that because I know he's been working with this boxing coach like every day because I'll see him on IG like on his story and shit.
Austin?
For like 2 years straight. So
you said Austin?
Yeah, Austin.
So hold on. So when he's not promoting his wife's OnlyFans,
he's not even been fighting, dude. I mean, he has the money to where he doesn't even have to work. He's just
that's what I'm saying.
Grinding, bro.
That's what I'm saying. His wife with the OnlyFans and shit. He took her last name.
But
he's got a lot of other stuff going on outside of the training though. It's not like he's just I mean, if he's so dedicated to becoming a champion, becoming a UFC 100%. Fighter, why is he not fighting?
100%.
Is my thing.
Yeah, hasn't fought in a few years. Sorry to cut you off there, Fitz. Fought a complete fucking bum, and like you said, Guru. Van Zandt's page is raking in with the OF. He's got a lot of like outside endeavors, I don't think I think Nikolai's more dedicated.
How much time does that shit really take, bro? I mean, dude, he could still.
It doesn't take a lot of time, but I'm saying the financial aspect of it. He doesn't need to do this. Nikolai does, right or wrong.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Dude, I just think Austin's striking sucks. Like I took Aaron Jeffrey. And Aaron Jeffrey was like a decent sized dog there. I don't know how Gegard was only minus 240. Like I feel like Austin is just constantly getting too much respect at the betting window. And when he's not like a minus 1500, he's usually losing these fights that are close odds.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, he has some good wins though, like first Fabian and shit.
That's it. Fabian, that's it.
What do you think about it, Fitz?
Right or wrong, that's it. Who's he beating outside of Fabian?
Charlie Ward.
Yeah, Charlie. He beat that Vinicius de Jesus guy. That's pretty good.
Yeah, submission guy. All right,
Yeah,
sorry, I
I
went
have
on
no
to
real good read on it. I mean, Austin's gonna be looking to get takedowns, control them. He
Fuck,
definitely
man.
might be able to.
You guys got me second guessing here. Like, should I bet
This,
Nikolai?
this is
Should I
just
bet him?
this is a pass for me. I
I mean,
like
it's a
how
pick
Nikolai
for a
looked.
reason, I think, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I like how Nikolai
Just
looked
wait
in the
till
debut on short notice. Yeah, maybe live bet it. Exactly.
Well, I bet it, but listen, I feel like Nikolai TKOs his ass early.
All right, so then bet that. You know, do what you
Nikolai
think.
wins
You
by
gotta
KO
go
in
with
this
your
round.
gut.
Listen, I honestly do need advice. I'll kind of pick your guys' brain on this more on stream, but I genuinely blew already. I'm down to $50. I blew half of it on blackjack. I need advice. Like I'm trying to turn it into 300 by the end of the UFC's fight night, and then I want to maybe have some fun on blackjack, but not really take it seriously. Like, do you think I can flip it? Like, do you think I can turn this around?
Well, if you're betting Nikolai, I can't even pronounce his last name, then probably not, because I like Austin Hannaford in this matchup.
Oh,
To
damn.
be honest with you, man, this makes no sense, bro. Let's go through what Nikolai had to like. The whole entire fight situation makes no sense for me for this fight of like, how is he even fighting? Why is he even fighting? And
Yeah, I don't like this fight was set up real short notice, guys. Right? Because
not even.
Well, look.
I'm trying to pull it up. Like, he was supposed to fight old bull Billy Golf, pulls out of the fight. Then they randomly just put Austin Vanderford in this card, and then they say he's fighting Nikolai, and Nikolai's fine. Just pulled out of a fight just a week ago. I just don't think that. I just don't think that don't let the OV name fool you. The dude's takedown defense fucking sucks. He's 35 years old. He hasn't done shit in his 2 UFC performances. Fought Michael Morales Michael Morales was like fucking 19 years old in that fight in the Dana White Contender Series. Danny Barlow broke his hand in the first 2 minutes. The more and more I'm starting to think about it, bro, Austin Vanderford might be able to get a fucking finish at plus 300, but I'm not going to get greedy.
well, is he? But that's what I was asking you though. Like, how long did he have for this to get for this fight? Like, I feel like he like just randomly got signed and announced. Like,
Behind the scenes, though, I feel like he knew he was about to fight. Maybe not this specific card, but he knew he was about to fight in the upcoming weeks. Of like, after there's just I don't know, man. It's a lot of weird shit for this fight, but
yeah, that's the one thing I like. That's another thing that's throwing me off. It's like I don't know if it's like they just called him on like 10 days notice because the whole card's like everyone's falling off, and he's from
exactly.
Yeah,
He's
or
from Seattle.
if they actually gave him like time and like you said, he knew that he was gonna fight because if he's just showing up in 10 days notice, it's like hard to really be super confident in him, you know. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'm with Fitz on this one where I think it's a kind of more of a difficult fight to call, but yeah, I guess you guys, if whoever is on the right side of it will get some bragging rights on that one. But yeah, Javid Basharat versus Ricky Simone for this next fight. Yeah, man, what do you think about this one, Fitz? Because I know you were originally thinking you were going to be on Javid here.
Yeah, I don't know, like if I'll be on him too heavy. He'll definitely be in some parlays. I'll play Javid decision. I just think he's gonna wrestle Simone. I think he's gonna control him. Really, I think Ricky Simone's kind of been figured out. He'll need to push a crazy pace in this fight, and I just think Basharat's levels above. Honestly, I think the straight punches will be there on the feet, the leg kicks, and then, like I said, I think he'll be a step ahead in the grappling. So I like Basharat by decision. Ricky Simone's a dog, though, UFC vet. Definitely live here. I know we were already going back and forth on it, but yeah, I like Basharat. Definitely not as high on him as everyone once was, but I think that's consensus. A lot of hype has fallen off Basharat. I think he gets the job done here, though. Honestly.
Yeah. What about you, Billy? Who you got here?
Yeah, I have the same sentiments as Fitz. I think Basharat gets it done. It's just, damn, man, I hate betting on him at chalk because it's not like he's like super pulling away in these fights. Like all of his wins are like 29, 28 decisions. Ricky Simone's fighting in his hometown. He's a huge underdog. I could see this fight being splitty. He looked like shit at the weigh-ins. To be honest with you, I think the time props are probably a little bit more in like bettable than like not line wise. It's just the time. I feel better parlaying this fight to start round 3 than picking Javid Basharat round 3 or decision at where's that that's probably how I would play it. Javid Basharat round 3 or by decision -145, and then use round 3 to start as a parlay piece. I like the overs in this fight.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do think it's going to go over. Fight goes to decision, all that. It's super juiced, but yeah, I do agree with that. But I actually like Ricky Simone on the value in this fight because, I mean, I just don't think that Javid is going to take this guy down, man. I mean, who's went out there and actually taken down and held down Ricky? Even when he fought Merab, man, that he was like the best guy at defending Merab's takedowns, and he took down Merab multiple times himself. So I just don't see Javid out wrestling him. And when it's just a pure stand-up fight, I feel like there's not going to be a big difference between these two guys. I mean, Basharat, there's a lot of like bullshit volume that had like strikes with no power. So it's like you could walk through him. We saw Ayman Zahabi like walking this guy down. Like, so, you know, Ricky Simone is not going to fear his power if Ayman Zahabi is walking through his shots. Like, he's much more of a dog, man. So Ricky, I think, is on the feet going to make it super competitive. And then if Basharat can't take him down, I think it'll be like 50-50. And, you know, just give it to the guy that's at home, you know. So I think Ricky can get back on track here, honestly. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, this is kind of a crossroads fight for both guys because whoever loses here is in, like, a really weird position. I don't really know where they're going to go in their career.
I agree with you on that. And that's what's kind of, like, scaring me from betting in this one, like, too crazily is because it's like, man, Ricky Simon's definitely kind of putting in his best effort. Like, he's the more dangerous fighter in this matchup, but the more dangerous fighter in this matchup probably is going to lose.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I will say, which I know it's hard to like, because when you're just training, it's different, and the guy's older. But I know like people that said like Basharat and Rafael Assunção, like when they're training, they're like very like neck and neck, like same level. And then Ricky Simone like destroyed Assunção, dude. Like, and Assunção couldn't even get close to taking him down. And they have a similar style where it's like him and Basharat like to do that counter punch and move type of shit, but
Yeah.
different body types and all that. But
I'll chime in here quick if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, no worries, dude. Go ahead.
All right. Decent delay there, but you know, hopefully we'll push past that. Yeah, I think the odds are, you know, expected. Simone's on a skid. Basharat, I do think he's overrated, but he's got that, you know, clean 14-1 record. Yeah, I mean, look, in terms of a pure pick here, boys, I'm going Basharat decision. His takedown defense, historically, you know, in these past fights, his takedown defense has held up pretty well. He'll have the much higher volume, and like Guru pointed out, there's not much umph behind those shots, but you know, he's going to be the minute winner here. Simone's on a skid, so I don't like the momentum here. But Javid also looked terrible in his last fight. Lost to Ayman Zahabi. I know Ayman, you know, Fares' brother, and, you know, they had a good game plan going into that one, but, you know, still just didn't look very good. He was a huge favorite in that fight, and you know, he just didn't look good. So, look, if Simone can go out here and get takedowns, you know, get minutes on top, steal 2 rounds, you know, it's possible. Again, I think the odds are a bit off here. I would personally line Javid -150, -160, around that range. I think Simone could get a few takedowns, maybe win this fight. But in terms of a pure pick, you know, just got to go Javid by decision. Don't like him at chalk, but he'll have the much higher volume, and he should stuff the takedowns.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I don't know. I think we'll see. I think Ricky could win that one, but could be wrong, you know. But
Yeah, real quick, Guru. I checked out your video. I like Modestas Bukauskas as a parlay piece. I missed your guys' live breakdown for that. Like, Modestas is a solid parlay piece, right? because he's the first fight of the night. I'm not gonna play the long game. Like again, I blew half my money. I'm down to 50. I want to make it back tomorrow night and then some. I want to get up to 300. I'm gonna parlay Modestas. Is he a solid parlay piece?
I think he's gonna win. Yeah.
With who else? I was thinking Song Yadong.
So then, what do you mean you're not playing the long game when you're betting the first fight and the last fight?
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. Because listen, boys, I was thinking of parlaying Modestas with Nikolai banging out in the first few, and then I could kind of live bet throughout the card. When I say I'm not playing the long game, I mean I'm not going to be, fucking $5 bets here, $5 bets there. I want to, like I already blew half of this on blackjack. I want to, at least make it back this card, get back to 100. Like, what do you think I should do these first few fights? A solid parlay piece that I could still bet throughout the card after.
Ebo and then Modestas, the light heavyweights.
Ebo
Yeah,
Aslan.
we'll figure out your plan.
I
We'll
do
figure
think
out your
Beyonce.
plan
We'll
after,
get
though.
to that.
Let's move to the
We'll
next
get to
fight,
that.
yeah.
Sorry about that, boys.
Oh,
How
you're
you
good.
waste your $50.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But yeah, I think Modestas will win. But even at minus 260, you just bet all your money on it. It's like, what's the point of parlaying fights if you only have $50, dude?
You know what? You're right. So you're saying I checked that out earlier. $50 bet on Modestas would give me like a 68 payout. You think that's what I should do?
If you're willing to parlay him, then yeah, just bet him.
I'm not gonna maybe not even
Whoever
parlay
else-
him. Like first fight of the night, just bang it out. Get at least some fucking dignity back after I embarrassed myself on Blackjack Live.
All I'm saying is because dude, there's no reason to parlay. If you're gonna bet Modestas for $50, just bet whatever the 68 on Henry if you win or whatever, or use it for the rest of the card. Because it's the same thing as parlaying it. If you just
If I were you, I would probably take that $50 and just run $10 parlays, like 4 different $10 parlays. But when you run the 4 different
$10 parlays.
Bro,
That's $40.
$10 parlays, make them like 5 legs. Like do like one with like time
lottery
props.
tickets.
I would go like one with time props of like Rob Font over, Basharat over, Simon over, and then put in like
I don't hate that. Just a bunch of long shot parlays.
Full oblique money line. Put in like somebody else that you like. Shakur Stevenson money line.
Take the
Not doing boxing.
Not
doing boxing.
Go get a haircut.
Dude,
Shakur is probably a heavy favorite.
He's fighting he's minus 3,000. He's fighting an electrician. They call him on the work site. This guy was
that card is crazy how they fucking switched like 2 fights. Like
you guys pumped for that Haney Ryan and then the heavyweight guy card and like
well, I'm talking about, dude, the card tomorrow for boxing is fucking sick. The card tomorrow is awesome.
Yeah. But I don't watch boxing too much.
But yeah, that card will be. They got like I know we're like getting way off track, but they got that Martin guy to fight against Parker now instead of Daniel Dubois. That's gonna be sick, dude. But I feel like Bucola is gonna gas, but
do you guys see Sam Sulek? He competed in his first bodybuilding show.
All right, next fight.
I don't know who that is, but but yeah, dude. Abdul,
Instagram.
Malik versus Nick Klein in this next one. Yeah, man. I mean, minus 1350. So the money line, I don't think there's really much you can do with it. But what do you think about it, Billy? Who do you think is going to get this one done?
Yeah, I like Mansour Abdul Malik by knockout. Rounds 1 or 2 minus 175. I mean, what can you really do with that? You can bet it straight. You can parlay it. I think he wins in round 1 at minus 115. And I showed a parlay the money line earlier in the week, but the worst is when you parlay shit for a UFC card and half the fights get canceled on your parlay. So I was waiting until weigh-ins for this week, but this line got away from me. How about you, Fitz?
I mean, to me, the line's off. Klein shouldn't be this big of an underdog. I really liked Mansour. Like I said, I made like a top 10 prospects off Contender Series. He was, I think, number 2. Definitely think it's worth a sprinkle. If he gets on top, he's going to do some damage. Mansour, I think there's some question marks. Dude, how many times have we seen it this year? Undefeated fighters losing that 0. Heavy favorites, even going back to last year,
Peyton
minus
Talbot,
1,000. Yeah, minus 1,000 fighters are losing, so
Umar.
I maybe Monster rounds 2 or 3 knockout. We'll see. The line's off for me though. I think it's worth a sprinkle on Klein, to be honest. If you want some value at a crazy underdog, I think he can really have some value.
Yeah, I like Abdul here. People in Vegas, man, love this guy. They think he's like going to be the champion and all that stuff. So we'll see if he can get to that level. But one thing
They
with
need
this
one
fight,
to make up for the disappointment of Izzy Usman and Ngannou.
I don't know, maybe I don't even think he's from the U.S., isn't he? But fucking dude, look at I wonder what the line would be like. This fight ends in less than a minute because you look at even this Nick Klein guy, like more than half his wins are in under a minute. Like,
Yeah.
so they go out there and it's like
I'll chime in here real quick.
ending pretty fast. But
Yeah.
man, what do you think?
I haven't taped this fight, so I'm not going to give a real opinion on it, but my 2 cents are, the huge favorite probably wins, but you can't do much with those odds. That's all I'm going to say here.
My problem with Nick Klein is 2 things. His teammate was Wes Schultz, who fought Mansour Abdul Malik on the Dana White Contender Series. You saw that ended. I think he's a way better wrestler than Nick Klein. Nick Klein isn't really that good at wrestling, but he has a sick guillotine choke. The dude that he fought in the Contender Series was a complete fraud. And how many times do you see like huge underdogs that win on the Dana White Contender Series, then they get signed to the UFC, and then they kind of just get like flamed out in their first 3 fights in their contract? If anything, this line could be higher. Like, how does Nick Klein win a second, third round submission? Like after because the first round he's getting smoked. Like there's what happens after that? Who knows? And then when I was watching his interview, he said he doesn't watch tape on fighters because it feels like it doesn't help him before the fights, and that's like the worst thing ever at this level, especially against a guy like Mansour Abdul Malik. I would probably want to watch some film prior to fighting him. So God bless this guy. I think he gets smoked.
Saying the line should be higher is pretty crazy. It's
Bro,
literally minus 1,400. Where do you want it to go? Minus 2,000. That's crazy thing to say.
2,000. I just don't.
Well, but bro, it's like minus 1,500. That's like 95%.
I'm just saying, like you can bet or Mansour Abdul Malik to win in round 1. No method of victory of like knockout. You can no knockout, no sub. Just him to win in the first 5 minutes is minus 115. Like that should be like minus 200. Like,
yeah, it's just, but I'm just saying. You think Klein doesn't even have 5% chance?
I'm just saying, if this fight goes to the second round, bro, Mansour Abdul Malik must have did a whole lot of shit wrong in the first 5 minutes, man.
Yeah, Wes Schultz, they went second round, right?
And that's what I'm saying. Wes Schultz is his teammate, and he's a way better wrestler.
Yeah, they're like very similar, him and Klein, kind of. But
Klein has better jiu-jitsu, but his wrestling sucks.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Malik, like, if he wins this one and a couple more. I want to see him against someone where he's like, actually, it'll be a competitive fight.
The one was legit. Of like they're rolling around and shit like that. Like he showed.
But even in that fight, though, I'm saying like he was like a minus 1,000 though. Like I'm saying, I want a fight where he's like, whatever, like minus 110 or something. But you're probably 3 fights for that to happen.
I don't think that he's like a fucking championship contender, but if they keep on giving him these level type of fights, he's probably just going to keep on dusting these people.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like now he only has whatever, like 7 fights, but once he gets to like 10 fights, I don't know, then maybe he could fight someone that's actually legit, we'll see what happens. But he's kind of like a Bo Nickel right now, where it's like you got to give him these type of matchups. But yeah, man, this next one, we got Andre Fili versus Melky Costa in this fight. And Yeah, Feely's the underdog now, which to me is a little surprising. I mean, I'm not gonna bet Feely because I have no confidence in him anymore at this point in his career. I feel like it's like very hard to bet this guy, but I feel like he should be the favorite and should win this one. I mean, I'm not super impressed with Costa. He's like back foot striker. Unless he knocks him out, I think Feely has better boxing and he could take him down. So I'm gonna go with Feely in this one, but not a lot of interest in this fight, honestly. I mean, maybe fight goes to decision. But even then, I mean, I could see Feely getting a knockout here or Costa getting a knockout. So, but yeah, what do you think about it, Fitz?
Yeah, I think it could play out very closely. I'll side with momentum here. I kind of think Andre Fili's on the down and out. To be honest, Costa is going to be, in my opinion, the much hungrier fighter coming in. I agree. Probably goes decision. I'll go Costa decision, but could play out very closely. You know, could in a striking fight, I'd probably favor Fili, and I don't know if Costa is really going to be able to take him down, but just a slight lean for Costa here. Costa by decision. That's going to be the pick.
Got you. What about you, Billy? Who you got here?
This is probably the fight that I have the least amount of like read on the whole entire card. The shit's pretty hard, man. I don't know, man. Of like the line tells me I should bet Feely, but I feel like I'm walking into a trap. I'm just gonna pass on this one. This is just a fight that doesn't have just like Costa's takedown defense is trash, but he's gonna try to pursue the wrestling. Feely's a better striker. But Costa has better athleticism where he might be able to just win a decision, like Fitz was saying.
Yeah, I mean, the only way I see Costa winning is just kicking and running, dude. Unless he just you know, he could because Feely's got knocked out like stiff a couple times recently, but he did win his last fight versus Cub.
Like Feely's not that good in round 3, so it's like you're basically needing him to like win round 1 at a high clip. It's like
like I think
Austin Vanderford
better, but
give me Austin Vanderford at the same exact price instead of betting this fight, bro. I swear to God, like.
Yeah, I feel you. But what do you think, Justin?
Yeah, close fight probably goes the distance. You know, both kickboxers not kickboxers, but you know, strikers who like to utilize their kicks. They both like to fight at range. I'd say Feely would have the slight edge if this one goes down to the mat. Costa probably has higher volume, so you know, I don't know. It's kind of hard. Feely, he is another one of these guys that kind of goes win loss. Just can't seem to string 2 in a row. Costa, younger, probably you know improving more on a fight to fight basis. Feely, he's hittable. He's a little chinny. You know, he'll struggle against these guys that can kind of knock him out, but that's not really there with Costa. So I'm gonna go Feely. I'll say Feely by split decision. Just seems like one of those fights.
Yeah, I could definitely see it being a split for sure. It's like it's one of those fights where it's like a clean knockout or it'll be a split decision, you know. But yeah, man. And this next fight, Ibo Aslan versus Iwan Kutelaba. Definitely looking forward to this one. The face-off was pretty sick in this fight. They were both intense on that one, but yeah, man. Ibo is a decent favorite, even though Iwan has almost 20 UFC fights. So, what do you think, Billy? You agree with the line, or you got Iwan for the upside here?
Man, I want to be confident in Ibo Aslan, but there is a little bit of concerns about his takedown defense. But to be honest with you, I think Ibo Aslan just kind of points.
Well, you think Ian's gonna maybe utilize that Greco-Roman?
Yeah, but I mean, how effective is it really going to be? I think Ibo just kind of boinks him in the first round, but I feel more confident in like fight doesn't go to distance.
Ian is just the most inconsistent fighter.
Who?
Ian. He's just one of the most inconsistent fighters on the roster.
Yeah, but there's a huge experience advantage for him. I mean, you can't not say that he doesn't have the experience advantage in this fight.
I guess Clint McLean would say Ibo Aslan's a brick shit house. That's what he would say. No,
Yeah.
I think I think I think Ivo Aslan gets an early knockout. You know, like it could definitely be a fight where Ion utilizes his wrestling, takes him down. But even if he does do that, you know, he has a good first round, and then like a lot of his other fights have gone great first round, doesn't have cardio to you know push past first round. So I'll take Ebo. He's younger. I think he's improving on a fight to fight basis. Um, yeah, I'll go Ebo Aslan by first round knockout. Fitz, I assume you're taking Ebo.
Yes, sir. Ebo round one. I think the UFC wants to push this guy. The Turkish market is a huge market. You know,
Going with
millions
the
and
market
millions of
machine on this
people.
one. I
No,
like that.
I mean you just
UFC
gotta
market machine.
understand they know the matchup they're getting in Ian
I know.
Cutelaba.
I said
Drew said
I
it.
like
That's a
that
20
angle.
fight.
I like
That's a
siding with the
20.
market
That's a
machine.
20 fight UFC veteran. They know we know what we're gonna get. You know, and I think Ebo's gonna go out there and knock him out in round one.
Yeah, I like Ebo in this one for multiple reasons too. Because one thing for sure is when Ewan, you could tell big differences where he's training when he fights, man.
And
when he's
hold on, sorry to cut you off there, but I just checked the stats on his fight against Anton Turkali, and Anton went 0 for 8 on takedowns.
yeah, Ebo's takedown defense is good. To be honest,
Let's go. I got
Extreme
fucking Ebo
Couture,
first
yeah.
round
Extreme
knockout.
Couture
Do
is
you think
known
he's a
for
solid
takedown
parlay
defense.
piece, boys? Solid parlay piece or no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I like
like
Ebo.
I like Ebo to win this one, and but like I was saying, like Iwan Kutelaba, his last fight, he looked good in that fight. He got a lot of takedowns. I think he got like I don't know 8 or 9 takedowns in that fight. But he was training at Extreme, and when he's training at Extreme, you see his wrestling is way better. He has way better cardio and game plans and stuff. In this one, he was training in Moldova again for this fight, so I don't know who he's been
I mean,
working
that's
with and
because
everything.
Ebo's an extreme guy. These guys probably trained each other, no? Then
Yeah, I'm sure they sparred and all that before. I don't know or anything about it, but yeah. So, but yeah, he stayed in Moldova, which I just don't like that. You know, I feel like he probably didn't get the same level training, and
Definitely. I agree 100%.
especially with the wrestling. So it's like, you're gonna trust him to go out there and wrestle this guy for
Yeah.
multiple rounds? I
That's
don't
what
think.
I said. He has a good first round.
Yeah.
His conditioning's not great.
Yeah, and you could say the same. Like, you could definitely argue that with Ebo too, like the cardio thing, because he doesn't have
TKO'd
a
Anton in
long
the third.
fight. But yeah, and he has another win. He beat that
Yeah.
that Valentine guy from not contender, from Tough, that fought Ryan
Doesn't
Loder,
ring a bell.
the champ in the finals or whatever. He
Doesn't ring.
finished him in the third too, that guy. So
What's Ibo Aslan saying Eon? I love a tune-up. What do you say, Precious?
yeah, but
This
dude, this next
wrestling.
fight, you were saying that I saw
That's
some.
what Cejudo said to O'Malley. Did you guys recognize that? Or
Yeah, I love a tune-up. Yeah, I
that
like
was
Henry.
funny as
Henry's
fuck.
fun, dude. Henry's. I guess he's like he's super leading into the racist shit this time, dude. He's lucky that Trump's the
Yeah,
president. Nah, I'm just fucking around,
I love a
but yeah,
tune-up. What do you say, Precious?
Michael Wynn was he was talking about this fight, Alonzo Menifield versus Walker. I mean, I don't think Menifield looks soft, to be honest. I didn't notice that, but this fight is another one where it's like Julius Walker at plus 200. He looked big at the weigh-ins. It's not like he was towering over Menifield, but dude, I don't know about this guy Walker. It's like his striking looks really bad. He's like crossing his feet and his chin is like right in the air, but he's a tall, super athletic guy that has
That's prime
power.
for getting knocked out by Alonzo.
Yeah, I think I mean, if I had to pick the fight, I would say Alonzo by knockout, but what, Menifield's coming off 2 bad KO losses in a row. He's like almost 40.
That was a retarded fight against Carlos Ulberg.
Yeah, and then dude, but his last fight, he took so much damage in that fight against that Russian dude. He like got dropped like 5 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Walker, he hasn't fought anyone even close to this level. Like, he beat Myron Dennis his last fight. He's kind of like just like a journeyman regional guy. But yeah, if Walker can get a takedown, he could make it interesting. But I just think Menifield's probably going to knock him out here. But I know Walker's a popular underdog. So is anyone picking him here?
yeah, give me
Fuentes.
Juice Fox. Yeah, I'll take
kiss of
him
death.
plus
The
200.
kiss
Yeah,
of death.
OJ Simpson.
Yeah. Whatever. Give me the young undefeated prospect Menfield, like you said, almost 40, going on 40.
What do you say?
Two bad knockout losses in a row. Give me Julius Walker plus 200 all day. Probably my favorite dog on the card.
I don't hate the plus 200 odds, but then again, Clint is taking Julius, so you got the kiss of death on your hand.
So, but how do you think he's gonna get it done? You think it's
Yeah, I have a tough
taking
read
value,
on
or-
it. Exactly. I'm just really
Yeah.
going to be on the money line. Maybe it's tough to say. I maybe the decision. Maybe he just goes out there and you see Menafield is maybe hesitant. Because all the damage he's taken, he's going to be super aware of the knockout. So maybe we see a hesitant Alonzo Menafield, and give me Julius Walker at plus 200. Yeah, I'll be on it.
Yeah. What about you, Billy? Who you got here?
Man, I want no parts of this fight. I think Alonzo might wins, but man, that line sucks on Alonzo Menafield. Like I've been down the Alonzo Menafield at chalk too many times before. I'm so cool on betting this fight. I think it doesn't go the distance though. I think that's a good parlay piece.
Yeah, minus 400 though. That's pure trash to me. That line though, but.
Yeah, but you could put like Kuda Alaba, Aslan, Menafield, Walker, Malik Klein, all three not to go to distance and get.
What's up with what was up with Rob Font shaving his head? He doing some Red Cross organization work, or?
I don't know. I think he just probably is losing his hair, dude. Have you seen his hair before? It looked like he barely had shit on the top of his head.
Not a great hairline.
But yeah, dude, this next fight, this is another sick ass fight. Gene Silva versus Elsic Bagdasarian.
I'll go first here.
Yeah, man. This one super interesting. What do you think about this, Billy? Here,
I'll go first here.
All right, my bad. Go ahead, dude.
My bad, Billy. You don't mind me going first?
No.
All right. Yeah, pure pick. I'm going Gene Silva. Just with the constant forward pressure he's going to bring, just with the power, the explosiveness in his shots. I'd like for him to lean on that grappling here. He hasn't really shown it in the UFC, but I know he does have decent grappling. I'd like for him to lean on it here, but knowing Gene Silva, he's going to fight like Gene Silva. Just go out here and strike. Forward pressure, very physical, good strength. He's a bully. He's got a bully fighting style. I do think the odds are a bit off, just with the fact that Gene Silva probably won't grapple, and Melsick hasn't lost to someone that hasn't, not tried grappling. Whenever Melsick is going against a guy who's just purely striking, he outpoints him. He doesn't have a lot of power in his shots, but good kicking game, likes to fight at distance, likes to push forward himself. So it's going to be a close fight. Maybe Melsick is able to edge out the first, but I just think Gene Silva, his pressure will eventually get to Melsick. And Melsick, he's been out for a bit. He was dealing with some injuries, so that's not great. Like, I looked up what was up with Melsick injuries, and it gave me like 3 injuries, and he also got sick, so not great there. I'll go Gene Silva in terms of a pure pick. Gene Silva TKO round 2, round 3, but I do think the value here is on Melsick, just with the fact that Gene Silva probably won't grapple offensively. This probably will be a 3-round striking fight, and when we're looking at the striking just from a pure technical perspective, Melsick is the better striker from a technical perspective. But in terms of a pure pick, I'll go Gene.
Yeah, I agree. I think this line is crazy though. To get Melsick at plus 400, it's Gene Silva. He got that good win over Dober his last fight, but Dober, this guy's a guy that's had so many wars. He had just gotten knocked out for the first time against Frivola, and then he goes into that Gene Silva fight. You don't know exactly where he was at, but Melsick, like you said, he's coming off a lot of injuries and a layoff. So to me, that's just not good. And he's 34. So,
dude, a lot of people talk about the Drew Dober fight, but the Charles Jourdain fight is the one that really impressed me.
Well, to me, he was losing a majority of that fight though. Versus
He
Charles.
was getting the big
He's a
fucking
guy
win.
that
Fucking
can
pitter patter
losing
shots
the
don't
whole
do shit,
fight
man.
till he's
That's
not, though.
Caitlin
You know.
Chukagian about that.
Yeah, that's the thing about him. Yeah, he's like he has that ability to fucking like the equalizer type shit where he
Exactly.
could just change the whole fight. But yeah, I agree though. If it's just stand up and Melsick doesn't gas, this is a close ass fight, right? Like, do you guys disagree with that? Because Melsick's striking is super good, man. I mean, the guy's like a kickboxing world champion. You know, anytime you see an Armenian guy that's a striker, they're gonna know how to strike. I mean, you just saw Edmund just fucking destroy that guy
What are
last.
you thinking? What do you say?
And, so I'm not gonna pick Melsick
You say-
to win, but I think that, you know, if you just bet the money line, I think Melsick has the value because Gene Silva, I mean,
Yeah.
the guy doesn't even attempt takedowns. Like, you even watch his regional fights, like, he's not ever going for takedowns. All his grappling is defensive grappling. Like, he'll jump
You know,
on
fighting nerds though,
guillotines and
they're
stuff.
they're gonna be putting him a good game plan. You know, they're definitely gonna be say, hey,
Not with
listen,
Gene.
if you're
Not with
striking
his
with
style.
if you're
Not with
striking
his
with this guy and
mentality.
it's not going good, you got to go to the wrestling. They're gonna be implementing
But don't
that.
you think
I'm
they would
sure.
have told him take down Drew Dober?
He was
Because he just
killing
went
Drew
out there and
Dober,
fucking went to
but he
war
was
with the guy.
killing him. He was killing
Drew
him.
Dober was rocking him too, though.
Nah, I
Gene.
mean, he was rocking him.
No.
Gene
No,
was definitely
rewatch that fight.
that
Get your
fight.
fucking eyes cleaned.
Nah,
What are
he
you talking
was,
about?
dude. Gene Silva was getting rocked too in that fight. For like, he was getting backed up, like where Dober was throwing combos.
He was. I don't know if he was getting backed up. He's comfortable against the fence, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I think this is a harder fight than the Drew Dober fight, but I mean, he was the underdog versus Dober, so that's just like where I think
A lot of hype.
way off.
A lot of hype inflating the odds here for Gene Silva boys.
Yeah, I mean, almost 5-1 against a guy that's 4.
Crazy.
See, so it's not like
Get out
most,
of here.
you know. But
Get out of town. Take a hike. You know.
I mean, Billy, what do you think? You like the line?
Nah. I mean, I think Silva wins the fight, so it's like one of those ones of like, I think this line is a little bit crazy for a striker versus striker matchup, but I think Gene Silva wins this fight, and there's like ways to bet it. Like him to win fight to start round 2 is -160.
You like chalk. You're a chalk better. I don't hear you taking too many dogs.
I mean, it all depends on buy my picks, and you'll see how we make some plus monies. But yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you what I think about the fight. I think he wins.
Yeah, I mean, one line I will tell you guys, like I did bet, like I sprinkled on it, is I bet Melsick by decision, and it was like plus 850.
That's solid, dude. That's solid.
I mean,
because
I think
he's probably not getting a knockout. It's probably by decision.
Yeah.
Definitely.
8.5 to 1 odds.
And real quick, sorry to
think
interrupt.
there's
Sorry to
person.
kind of take us off our course here, but do you guys think there's any strategy to DK Rocket, or is it just pure luck?
DK Rocket, I don't know. He's cool, dude. He'll comment on my channel and shit.
No, DK Rocket,
Talking
DraftKings
about
Rocket.
the game, bro.
Oh, dude, I thought you were talking about the dude. You know DK Rocket, the guy that comments on all the MMA channels.
I don't.
He has I don't know how to explain him, but he'll. My bad.
I don't know how to explain him.
Oh,
It's a
you're
crazy
joking.
way to describe someone.
Well, I never talked to him. I just know from
Yeah.
YouTube comments. Like he'll comment
All right,
on my
but
channel.
do you guys think there's any strategy
All right,
to on that?
no
casino
one
DK
cares about
Rocket?
that. Please, Justin,
On the-
stand
On the
fast.
total, go back to that other one real quick. The like I said, I think Bagdasarian by decision, but
Over 1.5 minus 190. That's a nice line.
Yeah,
To
I
me,
like-
that's a nice line.
yeah, I actually like that. Now that I'm looking at it, Bet Rivers is like a UK book or whatever, but I think Bet Online, I'm looking right now, it's minus 163. So yeah, man, I would bet that. I would bet that minus 163 to over 1.5, and yeah, I think that's a decent prop for that fight for sure. Yeah, man. You guys agree with that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I probably want to tag Gene Silva with the over though. Like it's the same game parlay.
Yeah, but Silva, I mean, even if you look, to me, it's like a lot of his wins are kind of. I don't think he's ever had a win in under 7.5 minutes, like even on Contender Series or the UFC though. Or I guess he did KO that one UFC.
Knockout.
What's his
Like,
name?
Jordan was early in round 2. and Weston Wilson was round one.
I think
No,
that
he's definitely had some round
I
one
think the
knockouts.
Jourdain went over though.
No,
Over
he's had a lot of round one finishes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
But that other dude he went to decision with, right, on Contender.
Yeah, but that's Kevin Vallejos, who's a stud.
Yeah, but he was like
Vallejos is a
he was like
savage.
19 years
Exactly,
old when
exactly.
they fought. Like, I don't know. I think Melissa can last the full distance, to be honest. But yeah, Gene Matsumoto versus Rob Font. This next fight, sick fight to me, dude. I love this fight. I've been a huge Rob Font fan forever. Like, if you watch my channel, man, I used to say Rob Font was gonna win the title.
Great jab.
He could
Dude,
beat
great
Petr
fucking
Yan.
jab on Rob Font.
It's not just about the jab, dude. I mean, the guy's combinations and pressure, like he probably has some of the best boxing pressure in the whole UFC. Like,
And listen, does Gene Silva have power? Does he have the ability to rock guys? Because when Rob Font's losing these fights, he's got the volume. He's usually losing it off big moments. So does Gene Silva have the ability to rock and drop him?
Yeah,
Matsumoto,
I got Rob Font in this fight all day, dude. I mean, personally,
at the odds, I do as well.
Yeah, it's like, dude, if you're gonna be giving me a guy that's more than likely just gonna strike with Rob Font, and dude, I've never seen someone take so much shit for what fight. Like the fucking fight with Corey Sandhagen, he got out wrestled, but it's like versus Davis, and he was getting taken down. He got back up multiple times. It's not like he has no grappling. It's not like he can't get up. Like, I don't know what happened that one fight, but
I like the switch to Firas. I like the switch to Firas Zahabi. He really seems like he's revived himself in terms of motivation.
Was fucking pissing me off last week though. Like when he was cornering Cater, he kept saying "stay in your ground." I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like it was just pissing me off. Like because he was giving him no advice.
Dude, Cater should have just let it go like he did in the third. Exactly. I hated the way I hate the way Zalal fights. He fights like such a bitch, man.
Yeah, but that's the one thing, dude. Matsumoto is not going to be fucking running away in the fight at all, dude. He just stands in the pocket and exchanges a lot of the time. And like, one thing I didn't like was he definitely.
Did you guys see Forrest Griffin made a tool of himself on the Jackson podcast?
Bro, but dude, yeah, like Gene Matsumoto is getting rocked by Brad Katona in a couple of those exchanges, and Katona has no power, man. So I think if Rob Font could get this guy in a more of a striking boxing fight, he could knock him out, man. And I think Font could beat him by decision too. So I got Rob Font in this fight personally. I mean,
I got Font as well, especially at these odds, man.
Yeah, dude. For Black History Month, we got to go with Font for sure. But yeah, dude. What do you think?
I kind of gave my breakdown there as well, so you guys can skip over me there.
All right, thanks, Justin. I'm sure everyone will be able to survive. Yeah, tough. I'd like to be on Font with you guys here, but Matsumoto to me is a blue chip prospect in my opinion. I think he's someone who's going to stick around the division, really make some waves. At bantamweight, it's tough. I think they're giving this kid a shot for a reason. They're Rob Font. We've seen him shut down the prospects before. He's known to do it. I mean, just to me, Matsumoto is a more complete fighter than a guy like Yanez, even a guy like Kyler Phillips. We know he can flake out at times. Not too much confidence, but I'll lean Matsumoto here.
Damn, I'm kind of surprised, but
you taking him at those odds?
Like I said, it's not a confident pick. I bet on every fight, so yeah, I'll have him in some plays, but it's not like a confident pick. Like give me Ibo Aslan at almost the same line any day, easy, no thought about it.
Yeah, I feel you. What do you think, Billy? Here,
I have the same thoughts as Fitz. Is like as much as I think Rob Font's live to win a decision, I think he's going to lose this fight. I think Matsumoto is going to be able to get too many takedowns and. That's probably gonna edge him out of the decision.
You think he's gonna take? I would be shocked if he went out there and not wrestled him, man. I'll say that for sure. Like,
no, I think Matsumoto gets enough takedowns to win a decision.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess we'll see, but yeah, if he takes him down more than once in the fight, I would be surprised. Because
what Matsumoto?
Yeah. Dude,
Matsumoto's jacked, bro. Like
his takedowns in LFA were horrendous, dude. Like he was like I was literally trying to like watch his wrestling to see if I would bet on him, and like I don't know. To me, I felt like his wrestling looked horrible, but maybe it's gotten better now. I'm not
I'm
sure.
my most confident read of the card. Like it's another fight that I would rather parlay the over than pick a side.
Yeah, I don't. To me, it's like, dude, he just went to split with Katona, so it's like, how much you think Rafa is on the same level as Brad Katona? Like, I think Rafa is levels above him.
A 2-time tough winner, man.
Yeah, tough is to like, dude. That's the only thing you can win in the UFC. Dude, you can't win a fucking UFC fight. It's like shit. So I don't know. I think that Rafa, like, dude, the guy's out there winning multiple rounds against Jose Aldo on the feet, and like Matsumoto is gonna go out there and outstrike him. I mean, we'll see.
He's got the volume. He's got
If
the
Font
volume. He's
loses,
just losing
he
these
should
fights off
retire.
the moment.
If he loses this fight, he should retire. But I don't know. I think he's gonna have one more in him here. But yeah, man, co-main event time. We got Anthony Hernandez versus Brendan Allen. Rematch here, and I mean, this is another one where the line to me is kind of crazy. I think there's a lot of favoritism towards the run. Hernandez is
Can I
on
chime in here real quick?
minus 350, but yeah, man, go first.
So I understand these guys fought before. I understand it was a 5-rounder, which favors Hernandez. I understand this one's a 3-rounder, which is going to be good for Allen. Now, Guru, I assume you rewatched that first fight. I did not. How did the first 3 rounds look specifically?
Hernandez dominated the whole fight.
How did the first 3 rounds
just
look?
a lot of
Hernandez
scrambling,
dominated
dude.
the whole fight. He was on top the whole fight.
It was just a lot of
It was-
scrambling where
A
Hernandez
lot of
Allen had
but-
maybe 3 moments in the whole fight.
But
Okay.
one thing I like, Hernandez wasn't doing anything on top though. Like he was just like he was defending a lot of submissions and just easily controlling them, and he just
Well,
won.
these guys have both evolved a lot since, and these odds I feel like are a bit wide. Like I might take some Allen plus 270, especially in a 3-rounder. If this were a 5-rounder,
It's a fight IQ thing, man. With if Allen comes out here and he believes in his striking and he doesn't, dude, he was outstriking him off on the feet. Like he was outstriking him, and then he would shoot takedowns. Like it's like I don't know what he was.
well, he said he made some mistakes in that fight. He
Well, that's what I'm
self-admittedly
saying.
said
Like
that.
his fight IQ was horrible. It's like, dude, you're outstriking this guy, you're jabbing him up, and then you're gonna shoot a takedown, get reversed, and lose the round off that. It's like, it was just dumb. So,
Well, I think Allen has the clear striking advantage here. Hernandez, he needs to do what he does. He needs to do what he has been doing these past few fights. Get in their face, make it dirty, make it high pace, utilize your conditioning, make it a wrestle heavy fight, a lot of scrambles. Hernandez is the better grappler. Allen's good as well on the mat, both primarily grapplers, but Hernandez is probably going to be on top on top of him in most of these scrambles, and just getting the top position by the end of the scrambles. So Allen needs to stuff the takedowns, outstrike him, and I do think he can edge out the first 2 rounds. Plus 270, I think it's a little crazy. I think people are a little too high on Hernandez.
yeah, what do you think, Billy? You think Hernandez is gonna cover that price, or you got Brendan Allen here?
In the beginning of the week, I was kind of thinking the price tag was a little bit too wide, but to be honest with you, I think Fluff just wins the decision. So it's like I just don't see the value in betting Brandon Allen.
They call him Fluffy because he's weak to the body, so maybe Allen should go with the body kicks here.
Yeah, but I just don't see how Allen wins this fight. Like round 1 could be competitive, but
Edges out the first 2 rounds, outstrikes him, keeps it standing.
yeah, I just don't see how he keeps this fight standing. That's basically what I'm saying.
And yeah, Tristan, I do like that parlay. To be honest, I think it'll more than likely that'll hit. I mean,
Damn, I like that. I like that.
see that. I mean, Allen. The only way that could not hit, I guess, is if Allen knocks him out in the first round, which
I'd be
I think is like very unlikely. But It's just I don't see Basharat or Simone getting a finish. So
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't really see
Basharat, who's
finishing.
got more punch and power, Caitlin Chukagian or Basharat?
I think Caitlin for sure, but yeah. What about you, Fitz? Who you got here? Because I know I think you were leaning towards Allen, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always pretty much rooting for Allen. He's one of the guys I just
I
tend to always pick in
I
fights.
just threw a $15 flyer on Allen to win by knockout in the first stuff.
$15 flyer when your bankroll is
I'm
$50.
joking, dude. Jesus Christ. I'm joking.
Anyways, it's just tough for me to pick him after rewatching the first fight. I mean, what I will say is Allen was very young. He was only 22. He was not at Kill Cliff, which I feel like once he moved to Kill Cliff, he really made some big steps up and developed a lot as a fighter. And yeah, I think the line's just wide. Like Allen's being a little disrespected. That fight against Imavov was real close. Imavov is a top contender clearly now at middleweight, so he's right there. And Anthony Hernandez though has just been on such a roll. It's so hard to pick against him. Just give me a fight goes to decision. That's what I'll take.
Yeah.
That's a fucking easy play out right there.
It's minus 160. I mean, that's a good, not even bad odds at all. I don't think for that. I mean, we saw them already fight 25 minutes, but
How about I got one for you. Brendan Allen on DraftKings plus 3.5 plus 100.
yeah, I mean, I think that's not. I think he wins the first round. Like, there's like probably close to a 50% chance he wins the first round.
Exactly. So 50% chance you're getting plus 100 odds on. And that's all he has to do is win. If it's 29-28, he wins that bet.
And it's not like
I might take that fight goes. It's minus 175. Goes the distance on DK. I feel like those are good odds. No.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. The only thing it's like
I mean Hernandez like late TKO drowns him. Maybe not likely.
I think, dude, the guys Hernandez has been beating like they're not really like grapplers.
It took him 5 rounds to get fucking windbag Pereira out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I know like he went almost the full distance with Edmund too. He went 3 rounds at least for sure. But
Edmund's a bum, man. That guy's overrated. I don't care.
What I'm saying he went like to the
I know. I'm just saying like he congratulations, he knocked out Dylan Budka.
Well, Edmund's striking is sick, dude. Like, I feel like they should just give Edmund like a bum every month and let him knock him out in the Apex, dude, because it's fun to watch. But yeah, he won't be able to beat probably like higher level guys for sure. But he's not like trash, I don't think. I mean, he KO'd Tavares in like 30 seconds, didn't he?
Dude, he was listening to that 7-2 black guy.
Oh, Dalcha champion or whatever.
No, the other guy. Last year. Whatever. He was getting outstruck bad. Got taken down as well.
But yeah, we got the main event. We got Henry Cejudo versus Yadong Song in the main event. Song minus 265. I mean, what do you think about that, Billy? Him being almost 3-1 favorite against Henry.
Man, the price tag is a little bit wild. I'm trying to figure out how I can.
It's not. Song is 11 years younger. Cejudo maybe takes him down once or twice, but I don't think. All right. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I kind of agree with you, but Song Yadong round 4 or 5.
You just cut me off, muted me. Go ahead.
No, I'm just confused. When you said your mic started cutting out.
I said Guru cut me off there, so just go ahead. I'll go after.
Well, your mic started cutting out, so I just kind of picked up. I like Song Yadong here in this spot, but I don't want to parlay him at minus 300. I rather just bet.
That's what I said. I don't think the odds are off. I think Song should be a damn near 3-1. He's 11 years younger. Cejudo maybe is able to take him down once or twice, but I don't think he's going to be able to rely on the wrestling over the course of 5 rounds. He's 38. This is another year off from that Merab fight. And just a bad stylistic matchup. I mean, Cejudo, he's always been a little small for 35. This is another fight where he's going to be at decent size disadvantage. And Song, he's got crisp striking. He'll have a clear striking advantage here. I think he's got the better conditioning. I think he can stop the takedowns. I think Song could get a late TKO, probably a decision. I think Song just beats the shit out of him on the feet, stuffs the takedowns, and puts Cejudo into retirement.
Yeah, I think Song is going to win too. I mean, he's at the best camp to fight a guy like Henry. I mean, we saw Joseph beat Henry, and it's like that sprawl and brawl style, man. I mean, heavy on the front headlock too with the submission game. So
Chuck Liddell, that was his style, fucking sprawl and brawl.
Yeah, like Chuck
I
Liddell.
was
Like,
rewatching a Chuck
like
Liddell fight earlier today.
Uriah. That's Uriah style. I mean, he'll wrestle too, but Uriah
Yeah.
style, he'll sprawl. That's
Head coach Uriah, Team Alpha Male.
Yeah, and like I said, we saw Joseph Benavidez. He beat Henry, and so they just have like that style is hard because if he shoots a bad takedown, he knows that Song has like a.
Dude, I drove up to Newport or whatever that place is, and I went to Paris Gym. I met that fat guy Pino or whatever his name is. Pino.
Yeah, he fought in UFC. That guy, Polino Cruz or whatever. He's like he was a good fighter, but
Yeah. He did like some seminar. I didn't, really like, but
Well, like for jiu-jitsu or for striking?
Just like a striking seminar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think he's like a kickboxer or something, right? Isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I
you
feel
ever
like
drive down? Like you live in Vegas. Like what type of MMA gyms are there?
Yeah, there's quite a few, dude. There's but yeah, man, like what do you think, Fitch? You think Henry's got a shot here?
Yeah, definitely. I will never count out Triple C of a fight. This is let's not
38.
deny his
What's he gonna fucking do over the course of 5 rounds?
Look
You think he wins 3 or 5?
I think it's tough. I'm not gonna pick him. I just think the
I
line's
think that Song should be minus 400. That's what I think. Go on.
I mean, look at Henry's losses. Real close split decision against Aljo, and then a fight against Merab where he wins the first round, hurts Merab bad, and then some people say his injury definitely gassed up. This is a step down for Henry, in terms of
it's just a stylistic match.
1 year, these guys have both been away from 1 year. 1 year away at Henry's age, where he's
and
not.
Song is like 26 or 27.
Exactly.
Why I don't think
a year off. What's he doing?
You don't know how old Song is, though. Song could be he could be 35, dude. For sure. But dude, the one thing with Song is like I will say is every time he's fought like a top 10 guy, he's never been able to win, So that's like the one bad thing.
He fought Piotr and Corey, and Corey fight he was doing real well in it, and he had a great first round against Piotr.
He lost to someone else too, though. He lost to fucking
Kyler.
Yeah, Kyler Phillips.
That was a weird one. That was 265, right?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, he pretty much lost to
Cheeto Vera too.
No, he should have won that shit. So
and the fight with Cody Stamann was a draw, wasn't it? Or
he got a point deducted, so he should have won that as well.
Yeah, but I mean, him and Cody Stamann, and you could argue like Cody and Henry are similar. Cody Stamann and Henry, but I mean, I just think it's just the point in their careers. Like, if Henry fought Song though, like before I would be interested. Like, if he fought Song before the Merab fight, he probably would be like 3-1 favorite. So it is like, if you like Henry, you're getting a huge like value boost on the odds.
What about Henry Cejudo plus 13.5 on DraftKings, minus 175, which means he only has to win 1 round. So if
plus
it's 49.5.
Oh,
yeah.
I could see him winning one of the early rounds.
Yeah, maybe.
Exactly. So if it goes to decision and it's 49-46, Henry will win that bet.
All right. I don't hate it.
If he gets finished, is that void or no?
No, he loses. If Song, if you get finished, there's no points.
Yeah, Song champ by end of the year. I mean, I said that like a long time ago that he would be champ, and
when did you say that? Around what fight?
What?
Around what fight did you say that?
Like what? A long time ago.
Like after he knocked out Marlon or before?
No,
He
way
didn't knock out
before,
Marlon.
like when he fought like Felipe Aranches and shit.
All right.
I don't know, probably like 2019. I don't know, but yeah, I mean now it's been whatever 6 years in the UFC for Song, and he hasn't really like gotten those like marquee big wins. But
They should
Real
have
quick,
him.
though, I mean,
They should have him headline in China.
Alonzo Menafield definitely does look soft.
Okay, I mean
He's
I
definitely
mean,
put on
there's
some
proof
mass.
there for sure.
I'm up to 190 myself. I've just been going to the gym, lifting heavy weights, just meathead style, kind of like
190,
DJ.
bro. How tall are you, dude? Like 5'4"?
What? I'm like 6'2", dude.
6'2", really? I didn't even know.
Yes, I'm 6'2", 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, it is a red flag that he lost to Kyler, but like then again, like
That was
Kyler,
years ago.
their styles are like not even comparable at all, you know. But it's just like he doesn't. Song has had like those fights where he doesn't show up, you know. But I felt like first Piotr Jan, that fight was like a great fight, though. Honestly,
Yeah, it was very close.
like
That was a good fight.
he won
That
the
was
first
an underrated
round.
fight.
I'm pretty sure, didn't Song like he started
He
out.
won the first round unanimously. Yeah, I was shitting bricks. Song was like a 3-1 live after that.
Dude, Peter was hitting those takedowns though after the
Oh
first.
yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I love those.
Sweeping him under, right? Like sweeping him.
Dude, he hit that on everybody. He hit that on Aljo
Grammy
too.
roll or what you call it?
No, it's not a Granby. It's just like he's just doing like a foot sweep takedown.
Yeah,
A
hit
Granby
that on
is
Sterling
like,
a few times in the first fight.
yeah, he's done that to a lot of people. But yeah, man, what do you guys think though? Like, if you just had to give like, I actually like that parlay that Tristan gave, man. I think that's actually a pretty safe parlay.
Yeah, I like the overs. That was a good
The
shout,
over,
Tristan.
yeah, that parlay I think is good. But
Yeah.
do you guys have anything where like you're gonna give like a confident play?
I'm confident Song wins.
So you would get Song, okay? And what you got like?
You like Austin Vanderford, and then on the main card, I really like that Song Yadong around 4 or 5 or by decision at -110. I know Henry held up the sign that said 4th round TKO, but it could be Song TKO. And then parlays, I like the overs in Font Matsumoto, Simon Basharat, Cejudo, Song Yadong. I don't
Did you
mind.
guys see Cejudo's tweet earlier though?
No.
He goes after I beat the Chinese, I'm moving up to 45 and taking on Asian Monkey Sterling. Or sorry, not Asian Monkey, AIDS Monkey Sterling.
Well,
He's gonna fight Aljo again.
He goes, I'm moving up to 35 and fighting AIDS Monkey Sterling. That's what he goes on X.
it's my hot of the week. I think Henry Cejudo retires after this fight.
Yeah, if he loses, I don't know. I don't know what he.
Did you guys see that Colby and Kamaru ran into each other?
Yeah, I saw that on Colby's his kick shot.
Yeah. Colby, like he tries to, like at times he'll try to be over the top nice guy, you know? Like it's a little much.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't say anything crazy in that thing.
He was just like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? All right, we'll talk later." Like,
yeah,
he's got the heel, but he's also got like a over the top nice guy, you know?
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, him and Kamara are probably friends, though. Now.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, thanks for watching this stream. Got 100 people in here now with between Twitter and YouTube, so that's cool. And hopefully you guys had fun listening. We can make you guys some money. And besides that, man, we'll be back doing more streams, more videos. So stay locked in on the channel, and peace out later.
Later.